Hi, this is Megan with SKT. I am just outside of Atlanta, Kansas. Atlanta is in our service area, and I'm here with Katie Gleichman. Katie is one of our customers, and she is able to work from home because SKT provides internet and phone here just outside of Atlanta, and it's actually only about 200 people that live in Atlanta.
Very small.
Yeah.
Yes, very small.
So tell me a little bit about your job and what you do.
So I work for Brookdale Senior Living, and I am a district director. So I work from home, but then I also travel to my communities. I support 10 communities throughout Arkansas, St. Louis, and Kansas City. So kind of widespread, so I have to be able to work remotely from home with my phone, my internet, and everything, at least on Mondays and Fridays, and then I travel during the week. But there are some weeks, too, that I home office all week, so very important for me to have the ability to do so out here in Atlanta, in the middle of kind of nowhere.
Right. So I know this is actually becoming a really big trend in the United States and actually all over the world, doing more remote work. And we really have been seeing it out in some of these rural areas because people are wanting to raise a family like you guys are out here in the country, or they're wanting to get back to maybe their hometown and be able to raise their family there as well. So tell me a little bit about how you use your SKT internet and phone as a part of your job.
So we, for my position, we actually do, weekly conference calls. I'm probably stacked on conference calls for like 6 to 7 hours a day on Mondays and Fridays. And so being able to have a landline is really important because obviously out here sometimes cell phones don't work that well. So I use my landline a lot that we have through SKT to be able to just facilitate those conference calls for my team. But I also, the internet, I mean, we use that obviously for emails. I get over 100, maybe sometimes 150 emails a day. So just being able to stay in connection with having such a widespread district that I have, it's imperative that I have that access for them. But also we stream everything for personal use too. We don't have cable, so we stream everything through our Roku. So being able to have internet for that as well is super important.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about how you got to Atlanta.
People don't just start in Atlanta.
Right. I know you've lived in Kansas City, Derby, Wichita, and so tell me how you guys got out here.
So yeah, I'm from Derby. Joe is from Kansas City. We met out there. I had moved there after Wichita State and started working in senior living, and that's where we met. And then through his school and then my job with Brookdale, we've kind of just moved all over. So the last time we had moved, we were in the Derby area, kind of back in my town, and his aunt had lived out here. His great aunt had lived out here at the farmhouse. Well, she'd passed away, and he had asked me. He's like, "So, how would you feel about moving out to the farmhouse?" And I was like, "In Atlanta," which is we're about 30 miles east of Derby, probably 25 miles south of El Dorado. So kind of out here in the middle of, just a lot of farmland area. So for me, I was like, I'm going to be in a district position where I'll be traveling anyway for my position. I wouldn't have a daily commute. And so I said, okay, I know he's always wanted to live out in the country, and this was kind of the perfect opportunity for us to do so. And that happened to be the year that we were pregnant with our first daughter. So it was like, okay, I guess we're going to be raising our girls. Perfect.
And there they are.
There they are. Raising our girls out here. So yeah, that's kind of how we ended up out here.
And so it also allowed Joe to be able to be a full-time stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the girls and why it was so important to you guys for him to be able to stay home with them.
So when Eleanor was born, she's 3 years old. We found out pretty early on that she had several anomalies that were going on in birth. We actually were told that she wasn't going to be able to breathe outside of the womb, and we didn't know that she was going to make it. Honestly, we hadn't planned to bring a baby home from the hospital, let alone have her out here. And it was kind of like, okay, like now that we have a baby who is our little miracle baby, she made it and she's thriving, and what are we going to do for childcare? Hadn't really planned that far. Hadn't even really set up her nursery and got clothes and everything. So childcare was like, okay, we got to figure out how we can make this work. It made sense for us at the time for me to continue working for Brookdale, and for Joe to quit his job of over 20 years to come stay out here and be the best stay-at-home dad ever to the girls. So this allows us to do so. It really gives us the opportunity to be able to live on family farmland and just raise them out here, while Joe being able to be the dad of a daughter who has special needs, where he takes her to therapy appointments. Every week she goes to therapy in Wichita, which is about an hour away. Several doctor's appointments in Wichita, Kansas City, St. Louis. We travel to all of those appointments. And so it was really imperative for us to have that flexibility and to be able to be out here on the farm, this family farm. It just is an added bonus. But now that we have Josie, our 1-year-old, it's just kind of a fun mix. They keep him busy. He's definitely a busy stay-at-home dad.
So you've had to move out into the...
Yeah. So my office used to be in here, which is now kind of our toy room that we've coined the term, but it used to be actually in here. Then when we had our second daughter, Josie, it was just a little too loud out here. So I now office in what was the original smokehouse on the farm that Joe converted into his man cave, and I've now taken over and call it my she shed. So it's where I office now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, you want to meet the girls? Bring them in here?
Sure. Come on in here.
Yep.
Come here. Hi. So this is Josie. She's our little spice. And this is Eleanor. She's our sweet, sweet girl. Eleanor was 3 in August. And Josie, she is getting almost 18 months, so she'll be a year and a half here in just a few weeks. But yeah, can you guys say hi? Say hi.
Say hi. Can you wave?
Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Can you blow kisses? Oh, good. There we go.
Good girl. Well, thank you so much for having us out here today, and thank you, girls, for letting us come and visit. We actually have a link to Eleanor's birth story. If you guys are interested in watching that, I'll post the link in the comments. And we'll also be having a full feature story about Katie and her family staying out here on the farm on our website. That's sktc.net. That'll be up in the next couple of days, and we'll have a copy of this video and also a link to Eleanor's birth story there as well. So thank you guys again so much for joining us today, and we hope you have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye. Can you say bye?